Will the market go up or down? Should you lock in or float? Find out this and more with Master of the Markets, hosted by Barry Habib of MBS Highway. Brought to you by Paramount Residential Mortgage Group.
Welcome to another edition of Master of the Markets. I'm Barry Habib, and MBS Highway is created exclusively for NMP TV. It's brought to you by our good friends at PRMG. They're working for your best interest. Hey, it was Jobs Week last week, but the market didn't respond as much to the jobs report, which I'll get to, as it did to the activity in Washington, D.C. There was a budget approval that was passed, a resolution that essentially laid the groundwork. This was in the Senate, and it laid the groundwork for that $1.9 trillion stimulus plan to be passed. Now, it still has to go through the House, and it also has to be signed by the president, but that should both happen almost as a rubber stamp, which means that there'll be a lot more treasuries that will be on the market that'll have to be absorbed. Now, interest rates, the 10-year treasury responded adversely to this. Mortgage bond responded adversely to this, initially thinking that there's a lot more supply coming on the market. But then we did get the jobs report, and the jobs report came in quite disappointing. And there's a lot of little secrets in here. So first of all, the jobs number, we only gained 50,000 jobs, 49,000 to be exact, expecting over 100. But the last month's report for December, that was revised down by 200,000 basically. So you've got net job losses for the past couple of months here. Not a good thing. And when you take a look at the unemployment rate, a little bit of a head scratcher. Why did that go from 6.7% down to 6.3%? You would think based on the headline, this is good news. Well, it's for all the wrong reasons. It's because this is from a different report. It's called the Household Survey. And while we did show in that Household Survey, this is where they actually call people up, about 200,000 job gains, there were 400,000 people that left the labor force. Now, when you dig a lot deeper, here's what happens. You'll notice that not only were there people leaving the labor force, but there are still about 4.7 million people, almost 5 million people, that they're no longer counting. Why? Because they're not actively looking for a job, probably because of COVID fears. Now, just wipe them off the list. Don't count them, right? So that brings the unemployment rate down. And there's also some statistical anomalies and classification errors that they say we know about, but they haven't fixed yet, that accounted for about 0.6%. When you add it all up, guess what the real unemployment rate is? It's about 10%. So a far cry from that 6.3% that's being celebrated as pretty good news here. Job market's still not that strong. When the bond market started to digest some of this, it came back. And where does it come back? It was very interesting because mortgage bonds hit exactly on their 200-day moving average. The 10-year treasury hit exactly where we said that high would be about 118, 119 on the 10-year treasury, and started to come back. Now this week, something really important, we're going to get 10-year treasury note auction. And based upon these elevated levels, last month it did help yields because with yields a little bit higher, there was more appetite. That extra buying helped bring yields down. We're around those same levels now. Let's see if that appetite does come back. Boy, if it doesn't, we could be in for a little bit of a bumpy road. We'll be watching that carefully for you every single day on MBS Highway. If you're not a member, I think you're crazy because we've been navigating these waters perfectly, locking exactly at the tops in pricing for you, the bottom in yield, so that you can protect your customer, look like a hero, and floating and taking the ride all the way up. Listen, you have to be someone that gives advice. And whether it's on the real estate market, we'll help you there. Marketing will help you there. Videos will help you there. Social media will help you there. And certainly being smarter than your competition, that's really important for you to do every single day. So get on board with MBS Highway. You know everybody loves it. Might as well join the family as well. We'll talk to you next week. Hope you have a great one. Bye-bye.
Be sure to click on the link below for your free 30-day MBS Highway trial.